So it's already recording. I'm gonna just go back and
It's recording right now?
yeah, I'm gonna just edit it. Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
cut
been
all that.
recording?
Yeah.
How long?
Like 12 minutes.
Oh, so you got all that other stuff then?
Yeah. But I'm just going.
Okay, well, you could probably use some of that stuff
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I'm just editing it out.
Yeah, well-
or whatever.
Yeah, my name is OG Big Cool from Watts. Grew up in Watts. Was born in Louisiana. This my Inglewood brother. Did a lot of years over in Inglewood too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Man, it's good to have you in the studio. Finally got you in here, got you out the archives. You didn't want to come in here, homeboy. But it's good to have you in here because, like we've always talked about, we want to get you and Lynn in here on various topics. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always had your ear to the ground. You've been in the trenches. You know where it's at. You're hands on. So the thing that's happening right now that I have been paying attention to is this anti-Semitic racism thing that happened with Kyrie Irving, the athlete, and then Shaq, Barkley, and some of those guys.
Even my boy LeBron. I was disappointed.
Even
in
LeBron.
him. Yeah.
LeBron jumps in and says that he made it hard for all blacks or whatever. But I just think that, number one, Kyrie didn't make the movie. Kyrie didn't post the movie. Amazon Prime or Amazon is the one that's carrying this movie, right?
Yep.
So, why you jumping on this dude for making...
Sharing the link.
Yeah, he just shared the link. He didn't, elaborate on it or whatever. But I say that to say that we're here to kind of get some feedback from people and see what their, what their primary response is to whether. I don't think it's a matter of who's right and who's wrong about Kyrie posting this thing, but I think it is a matter of right and wrong about the people jumping on him. Like, I'm going to play this little segment because Charles Barkley was on CNN. Let's listen.
People have the right to feel and say what they want to. We have freedom of speech, but there are repercussions when you say certain things. Listen, I don't know Kyrie Irving. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy.
No.
I think he's been suspended, rightfully so, and I think he should come back and play in the NBA. But, that's a really slippery slope because, people always talk about freedom of speech, freedom of effect, or you say whatever you want to, but there are repercussions. I mean, and he's
Really?
paying for that right now, but this thing with free speech has really gotten out of hand, Don. I mean, you just can't go around insulting people and think it's okay just because it's free.
Now, his whole career,
Barkley
Barkley been insulting people.
Yeah.
He didn't spit on a man
Yeah.
at a game.
Yeah.
He didn't spit on a fan. He didn't throw a man out of a window of a restaurant.
Him and Shaq done got into a fight.
Him and Shaq didn't fall.
Yeah.
So isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Because when you start thinking about how divided the black race is altogether, and the trouble that we have within the Afro-American community, dude, this is like screeching in my ears to see Barkley, Shaq, LeBron jump on one of their colleagues. He's from their fraternity. This man is from the NBA.
Yeah.
And then as you do the research, I never heard Kyrie say anything racist about any race.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you start talking about racism and things like that, they don't want to hear our story.
No, they don't.
They don't want to
they
talk.
don't.
Nobody wants to go back and remember 500 years of slavery and where we are today systemically and how the judicial system is and law enforcement. We can go on, but who has really come to our rescue and said, hey, you wrong, he's wrong, he shouldn't have said that. It's still hidden. Well, in some places it's blatant. You from the South.
Yeah, and they trying to put the pressure, still apply pressure to the man. Talking about he had to apologize for a minute.
Right. Right.
Apologize, try to put pressure on the man.
And somebody, just today, they tweeted it. I saw it on Twitter. They were like, how many times this guy got to apologize? And then what is he apologizing for? Because primarily it was the media that spent it.
Yeah. They're still trying to spin it.
Right. Okay. Now, looking at Kyrie's situation and understanding that because these guys are in the public eye and they make a lot of money, they assume that these people have influence, right? So the whole thing is the powers that be says, we don't want you to use your platform to influence anything that's going to create a voice. Like, in other words, man, he could start an uproar. The black people might want to riot or something like that. But you spoke about a few things earlier pertaining to when blacks get their success and they get new friends, per se.
Okay.
They go out and get new friends, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about some of the guys that you know or may have heard of that do this kind of stuff, and how should we, from the black community, how should we take that?
How we should take it?
Yeah.
Well, I named somebody already, and
Yeah.
you got the footage right there already. That boy James,
Right.
we know him personally.
Right.
We coached him.
Right.
Like I say, the boy that stayed in my room before playing on my games
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
He down there running with my boy's son right now, and
Yeah.
I see on the news that the baby birthday, he
Yeah.
buy him a $200,000 watch. He don't even know no baby like that.
Right.
And
Right.
the man
Right.
what them came from the mud with him, still in the mud.
Still in the mud.
I don't understand that one.
Well, I don't know why we think we don't owe each other anything. And I say that to say this, because that's the first thing African Americans, they'll defend. Hey, I don't owe nobody nothing. I got it myself. Okay, we owe each other respect. We owe each other a sense of gratitude, right? If you in the trenches with a guy, you've been dreaming and hoping and wishing together. You splitting bologna sandwiches down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You got coins that you trying to piece up just to get French fries or something. And then one of you guys make it, and then the other one leave you where you at. Well, to me, that's a learned behavior. That's something that person probably never wanted to do. Never wanted to see his friends come out of the mud.
Yeah.
Or maybe, feel like, well, as long as I'm on top, they'll look up to me.
Well, you're right. You're right. You got to look at it like this way. When he played on the team, he was coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to think back to that. He was also coming off the bench. Nug was actually starting.
Yep, Nug was a starter.
So you're right. When people do, he might be looking, saying, "Yeah,
Look at me now.
yeah, look at me now."
Who the star now?
Yeah, exactly.
Because Lil Nug was always a starter. He was, ranked and all that stuff, and he did good when they were, coming along. And then eventually, they both were still having success, but eventually, James got a little better.
Yeah.
And he started, whatever. But like it was said before, what would permit you to spend $200K on a stranger? You didn't grow up with this man. You didn't get no money with this man.
Yeah.
You didn't, he didn't save your life or nothing like that.
Exactly.
But you bless him with something that he already got.
He
already rich.
Yeah.
So you bless him, to make him feel like, yeah, man, I'm balling too. Here go 200. But your crew that's been in the trenches with you are still
In the trenches.
their lifestyle hasn't changed. And I'm not saying. And then you got to understand this: Nug is an educated man.
Yeah.
He finished college.
Yeah.
He's basically a professional, right? At whatever he does. So when do we, as we older guys, when do we step in and call a spade a spade? How do we correct it? How do we make people accountable for their friendship. If you my friend, I should say, show me your friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, don't just tell me we friends because we got a lot of years together. Show me because we've gone through some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so that's been a big problem for me over the years because I see it in my own community. I see it on the professional level. I see it, man. I see it even in the church.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's almost like we're trying to get to one place before the other one get there, or we're trying to stop another person from getting there. And it's like, okay, why is it that the first family have everything that they need, but all the parishioners and everybody else, they in the trenches? You know, so I think it's a crazy mentality that we see on a regular basis. So what came to mind when you saw the media go to LeBron? They wanted a statement from Duke.
Yeah, they wanted a statement. But I'm thinking, my boy, I say LeBron, if it's he gonna give the right type of statement. I know he was, but he disappointed me. Everybody said, "Man, I told you he was a cool," and I couldn't say nothing.
And then he had to backpedal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember, he put a song, a lyric, on his social media page. Now, this was less than 3 months ago. He put a lyric of a known rapper, and it was a short lyric, but the I guess the chorus or whatever said, "Let's go get some of that Jew money."
Oh yeah.
And they came down on him, and he apologized right away. He was like, you know, and he took it down. So,
but the thing about it, I don't understand that. Why can you say, if you say go get some Jew money, right?
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
I don't understand why that's a
Yeah.
problem. If
Yeah.
you say, let's go get some of that money, nigga, or whatever, that's not a
acceptable.
problem. That's
Yeah,
acceptable.
That's acceptable. Yeah.
Oh, you go get some of that money, black boy, or
Yeah.
whatever. If you can say whatever you want to about a black man,
Right.
it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
So I don't understand that one. Why you cannot say, go get some Jew money? And that's not even saying nothing bad. You're just saying I'm about to go get some money like the Jews got.
Or why is it that we know that these different ethnicities and races own land and property right where the inner city lies, or what they deem as ghettos? We already know who owns the corner market. We already know who owns the gas station, the 7-Elevens. But is it okay for us to spend our money, but at the same time we can't voice our opinion? So to me, man, that's been the tough thing for me when I look at where we are today. And a lot of people may agree, they may disagree, they may think this is hate talk, but it's really not hate talk. So for you that are viewing and following this page, you know, we're just trying to talk about a variety of real subjects, real things that's going to elevate our thinking, but also change our position. Meaning, it's a mindset. You know, we need to go from one place to the next in a successful way, in a positive way. But
but and also it ain't nothing against James. I'm just using. I know him personally,
right,
and.
Right.
Not only him, there's a gang of dudes do that in the league. So he probably just followed. He followed somebody else.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah. And then, you know, a lot of people, they'll tell, because I've talked to some professional athletes before, and they said, well, you know, a lot of people are on the outside looking in. They don't know how this works. Mm-hmm. Well, we know that we know you spending that money. Exactly. We know that's working. Yeah. So maybe a lot of people don't know the technical aspect of how you get paid, when you get paid, how much you get paid, but and what your bills are. None of that matter because these are guys that was in the trenches with you before you even had a name. Yeah. And some of these guys had a bigger name than you that didn't even make it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Shea Cotton. Nobody was bigger than him. LeBron wasn't even bigger than him in his day. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
The guy didn't make it. But what am I saying? I'm just saying that we should do the right thing. You know, help the brother out. If this is your so-called friend, why you got him running around carrying the bags?
Yeah, exactly.
And running your errands.
Yeah.
But you got the other guys that you don't even know employed. They work for the company. Matter of fact, you patronizing their business, but yet you've been with a guy 20 and 30 years, and he the errand boy.
The thing you can say though, LeBron took care of his boys.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. But I also now I stand corrected because I don't know LeBron personally. I don't know anybody in his crew. But I do know this. There's a couple of guys that was on that team that he considered his boys that ain't in the circle.
Oh, they ain't in the circle.
No, the little point guard that was on the team, because his daddy was the coach.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it was.
He ain't in the circle, and if he is, we don't never see him. Maybe in the background, I don't know. And then the second best player on that team, he went overseas. Now you could tell him and LeBron didn't really have a good relationship. Not saying that LeBron didn't like him, but you could tell this kid had a problem with LeBron. I don't know if it was on some competitive stuff, because you always have one, right?
Yeah.
But man, that guy ain't nowhere in the picture.
Yep.
You know, when you look at the documentary, that guy is like, matter of fact, he's kind of disgruntled. It ain't a good taste in his mouth when it comes to all that. But I don't know. He could have been the kid that was jealous of LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know neither one of them. But what I'm saying is, and I can just hear somebody saying, well, you can't help everybody.
Yeah.
Well, when you got that kind of money, you can try.
Yeah.
You can sure give it a good try, because the man got a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think LeBron is worth, about $700 million?
Billion.
He's worth $1 billion. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to really shoot that out there, because it's more dialogue and talk that we can generate, you know, just from this mere subject. And before I close, I just want to say it's good to be back in the studio. It's been a while, but, you know, we're going to do some regular Tuesday and Thursday episodes to get back in rhythm. And we're going to bring my man back. And, you know, his brother Lynn, we're going to bring him back, and we're going to do some series of stuff. And so we just want you guys to press the notification button, subscribe, and share this content. Dem Brothers from Inglewood podcast. And I just think that it's going to be an exciting ride this time around as we gather more and more content. So, you know, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to, you know, touching bases with you guys again. Again, my boy, all the way from you know, by the way of Inglewood. So, you know, we go way back, and it's good to have him in the studio. So, you know, we're just going to say peace. We out.
We out.